Hey everyone, Dr. Adam here, and I just wanted to make a brief video and remind everybody, if you haven't been in the office here in the last week or so, we are going to be having a free thyroid seminar next Wednesday, October 24th at 6:30 here at the office. It's called The Unresolved Thyroid, and it's going to be about some general information about thyroid disorders, why they happen, and why when a lot of people, when they do have them, and they take medications, they're taking thyroid hormones, why they don't feel any better most of the time. And we're going to go into some detail about why that happens and some of the natural things that I try to help people with as far as what we can do to get to the underlying problems behind thyroid disorders. So it's going to be a great class. So if you would like to come and sign up, talk to the girls at the front desk, give us a call, and we'll get you signed up. Another thing, brief thing I wanted to talk about, and it's something that a lot of people have been asking me about the past couple of weeks when I've been doing some nutritional consults with some people. And one big thing that everybody seems to be concerned with is cholesterol, as far as if you're dealing with high cholesterol. And on the one hand, this is something you definitely want to monitor and keep track of. But at the same time, though, if you have high cholesterol, as in you get up above that 200 range where you're up in 230, 240, somewhere in that range, you don't need to worry just and freak out about it, and you're going to have a heart attack. Like I said, it's good to monitor that type of stuff, but cholesterol is not the end-all be-all of heart attacks and heart disease like a lot of people think it is. The thing about cholesterol is, if your body's making a lot of it, then your body needs cholesterol. I mean, your body, doesn't make mistakes, and it only makes cholesterol when it needs it. And typically, when it needs it the most is through some type of healing process because of chronic inflammation. So I always tell people, if you have high cholesterol, it's for a reason. There's some type of inflammation going on, and it's just as important to figure out where the inflammation is coming from. And obviously, if you're on a drug or a statin that they're trying to lower the cholesterol, that's all fine and dandy. But if you don't figure out what's causing the inflammation that's causing your cholesterol to go up, then you're not going to get the benefit of figuring out the underlying problems. And honestly, people who have low cholesterol still die and end up having heart attacks all the time. That's usually about 50% of the millions of people who have heart attacks. They have either normal or low cholesterol. So, like I said, cholesterol is not the end-all be-all. So, if you have high cholesterol, don't think about it too much as far as it's a scary thing. Because once again, your body needs cholesterol. It needs it for healing. It needs it for your nervous system to function. It needs it to make other hormones in your body. So it's very useful for the body, but you want to figure out where is the inflammation coming from that's causing the cholesterol. Because even if you get the cholesterol to lower and you don't stop the inflammation is just going to come back around and basically oxidize that cholesterol that's in your system and cause it to plaque the arteries. So that's where the plaquing comes from, is from chronic inflammation that goes unchecked when you don't figure out where it's coming from. So once again, that's just kind of a brief little forte into cholesterol. But if you guys have any further questions about it, just grab me in the office or set up a time where, if you're really concerned about it, we can sit down and talk about it and we can explain a little bit more. But just in general, if you have high cholesterol, there's a lot of natural things you can change to make that better, to bring it down without having to take a lot of the medications and things like that. And if I want to add on something, one other more thing is, if you have high cholesterol, don't worry about eggs and red meat. Okay, those aren't going to cause your cholesterol to shoot up any higher. If you do want to start cutting back on a particular type of food to help with lowering cholesterol and help lower inflammation, then you want to cut back on processed grains, as in processed wheat and flour and those types of things, breads, pastas, as well as any other type of processed food, processed carbohydrates, and processed sugars. Pretty much anything you find in the middle of the store, that's what you want to start cutting back on and avoiding if you have high cholesterol, because those are the things that tend to, as far as driving cholesterol, because they drive inflammation in your body. So avoiding, the processed carbohydrates, processed wheats, and processed sugars is the first step as far as dietary changes you want to make when you have high cholesterol. So I hope that kind of sheds some light on a few things. And once again, if you have high cholesterol, don't worry too much about it. There's a lot of natural things you can do to help, not only get the numbers down, but decrease the inflammation that's causing it. So anyway, hope you guys learned something new today, and we will talk to you soon.